911.
Oh my God, please help us. Please help us. Somebody save me.
What's going on?
Somebody shot my husband.
Somebody shot your husband?
Yeah. Please send the ambulance, please.
Okay, is the person still there that shot him?
I don't know. He left.
Is there anybody else in the house with you?
My son is not. Oh my God, my teenage son is.
How old is your son?
He's just 16.
16-year-old?
Oh my God, I better rescue him.
Where in the house are you right now?
I'm in the basement right now.
Okay, is your son in the basement with you too?
Yeah, my son is in my basement too.
Tragedy struck on August 31st, 2010, when a stranger shot James Nibbe Lee in his sleep. His wife, Jennifer Nibbe Lee, witnessed the whole crime. Jennifer lived to tell the terrible tale of her husband's last moments.
I couldn't feel a pulse.
But something was not adding up. Even Jennifer's son, Brady, had another story to tell.
Can you tell me what happened out here today?
Well, I was downstairs sleeping, and my mom came in at about 6 o'clock, or maybe a little earlier, and I slept right through the gunshot, I guess. I had a gun downstairs. I have a 22 for hunting and stuff, and so I grabbed that and put some shells in there because I didn't know where he was at or anything like that. So I go upstairs, and she told me to wait down there, but I went upstairs, and I just sat in the entryway, and then she was crying and stuff, and then we waited till the police got there.
Suspicion grew and grew until Jennifer revealed something they did not expect.
That's when I went out to get some food, and I loaded one shell, and I came back into the bedroom, and I pulled the trigger.
On August 31st, 2010, the Nibbe family's life changed forever. An attacker broke into their home in Crystal Lake, Minnesota. The whole community was shaken when an intruder entered the master bedroom and shot James in the head with a shotgun. At this time in the morning, Jennifer had been getting ready to go to work. Jennifer heard loud bangs. She came out only to see the most gut-wrenching scene in front of her. James was lying in a pool of his own blood. The moment the intruder saw Jennifer walk in, he violently attacked her too. He dragged her mercilessly into the living room, stabbed her multiple times with a fork, and tied her up with materials that he found in their own home. Jennifer was saved because the intruder was interrupted by the family dog's frantic barking. The intruder's last words to her were, "I would have killed you if it weren't for that dog." But things were not adding up. In this alleged home invasion, nothing was stolen from the house. James was dead, and Jennifer was brutally assaulted. If not a home invasion, could it have been a personal attack? Luckily for detectives, another witness was present at the house. Brady Brown, Jennifer's son, and James' stepson. He was brought in for questioning, hoping to gather more details about the attacker, or see if the witness himself was a suspect. After the interrogation, Brady was no longer a suspect, but new information came to light that transformed this case altogether. In the interrogation room, Jennifer named Paul Hallberger, her ex-boyfriend and James' old friend, as the person she thought was the attacker. According to her, she recognized his voice and physique as the unseen intruder. Many years ago, Paul and Jennifer had been in a relationship, but she had broken up with him when she met James. She and James got married a year later. Detectives sensed a motive.
I'm guessing, on the phone you kind of mentioned you kind of heard about things that had happened. What do you know about what happened?
I guess what I have heard is that, initially there was a home invasion and it was a murder.
Okay. How did you find out about this stuff?
The news.
Okay. When were you involved in a relationship with Jim?
I think it was like a year before they were married.
Before she married Jim?
Yes.
How long was that relationship?
2-3 years.
Did it end well?
Not very well, no.
Okay, how'd you know Jim?
He was just a friend of mine, I guess. Jim was always a good guy, and I never had a problem with him. It was always just kind of between me and Jen, I guess.
Tuesday morning. Do you remember where you were at?
Not exactly. I believe I was at work.
Even Jen had mentioned, in her statements, well, you really should go and talk with my ex because, you know, I think he's somebody that you should really look into. And what I'm trying to do with you, too, is if there's a surefire way that we can verify where you were at that morning, it makes life a lot easier for everybody, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
After interrogating Paul, it appeared that his alibi was airtight, and something far more sinister surfaced. A groundbreaking clue was found on Jennifer's phone. While detectives searched for 2 weeks for an intruder, Jennifer was quietly hiding the whole truth. Detectives take her into the interrogation room, only to find out the most twisted story behind her loss. Jennifer starts by establishing herself as the victim. She talks about her addiction and the financial burden as a means to justify what she is about to share.
I don't know what to say. I just want this to go away.
I know.
I know it's not going to.
And I think sometimes it's when we're talking to you about without us knowing what exactly happened.
Like I said, I mean, we know about the drug stuff, John. Okay, if you're out of your mind on drugs, you're out of your mind on drugs. That's okay, but we need to know that and hear it from you, I guess, is the only thing, you know.
I have an addiction to prescription pills.
Okay. When did it start?
I'm so ashamed.
It's okay.
I call prescriptions in for myself. I'm just so ashamed.
It's okay.
A lot of people have things happen, and a lot of people make mistakes. You're not the only person that's ever been addicted to prescription pain medication.
Was there an event that kind of started that off, that precipitated that? Did you get injured or something, or just?
I injured my ankle a while ago, and it got worse after. While we were dating that first year, it wasn't too bad, and then it was slightly before I think we got married that I ended up becoming addicted to them and needing to have them all the time. Otherwise, I would go through withdrawal.
Okay.
Is it kind of a secret you were keeping too, or did other people know about it much?
Nobody knew about it. Nobody knew about it.
For a while, you've been kind of carrying all the bills and that kind of stuff. So you've been under, you know, a lot of pressure to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I'm sure that doesn't help.
I never wanted to hurt anybody, but I am an honest person. I'm not a liar. And I've always taught that to my son. But I've become that person. I've become that liar that finding excuses why I'd be late for work and stuff. And a lot of it was the meds. A lot of it was the using. And I knew I worked in healthcare. I knew you could get help, but I didn't do it.
Jennifer worked 2 jobs to support her son and James. She also confessed to being addicted to prescription medication called tramadol. Is addiction enough reason to kill a man? Not everyone who got addicted to a substance has killed a man. Nothing can justify her crimes, but this does give an insight into her mental state leading up to the crime.
I can't face anybody. How do you face somebody when you've done something like this?
I know.
It was like I was there, but I wasn't.
Like you were not in your person watching yourself do something and...
Get rid of the devil. Get rid of it.
Was there voices telling you that? Did you feel like you were hallucinating?
I don't know.
You hadn't slept all night, had you? I could tell that morning you looked like you'd been up for hours and hours. You've been taking way too many pills?
Yeah,
Do you ever
way too many.
Do you ever crush them up? Are you ingesting them any other way than...
Sorry, I have some hair or something in my mouth. I usually just took them as pills. No, I never injected or anything like that. Well, financially wise, I suppose it was. Because I had to pay for those. And it wasn't cheap, but I also had to pay for everything else. So.
Yeah, it seemed like they said from what we're hearing, Jim hadn't been working much up until recently.
Up until these last 4
Right.
months.
So you were carrying the mortgage and the bills and say working 3 jobs. It's a lot of pressure.
I don't understand how somebody goes from this to this just like that. I don't get it.
The household had been late on mortgage and utility bills for months, which were paid alone by Jennifer. Another very compelling piece of evidence against Jennifer was regarding an insurance policy that James had taken out in June 2010. This life insurance policy would pay out a sum of $200,000 upon James' death. James had revealed this to his boss, Darren Deluge. He also revealed that it was Jennifer's idea. And the fact that Jennifer called the insurance company the very next day after James' death only solidified the belief that money was a motive behind the crime. What may have seemed innocent at the time turned out to be a morbid fact of the crime. If that were not shocking enough, it was also the same month when she reunited with another ex-boyfriend, Greg Nielsen. One by one, her story was falling apart, and many motives were lining up against Jennifer.
Here's the thing. You said something, Jen, that we can lie to you, and you know, we to a degree police can, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, I promise. You have my word. I'm not. I hope you can look at me in the eyes and believe that I'm not going to lie to you. Okay. We don't want to do that. We don't need to do that. You said yourself, you've always been an honest person, and that, again, all the people we've talked to, your friends, your family, all say the same thing. Okay. You are of good character. Okay, you have no criminal record. You have worked hard to make something of yourself, and you've worked very hard to make something of Brady, and he is a great kid. He's number 1 in his class.
He is a good kid. Oh
Yeah.
God, he's a good kid. This is gonna kill him.
Well, no, Brady can survive this. Okay, he can survive this. Okay, it's gonna be hard. Okay.
Nobody's gonna ever forgive me. I guess I can't blame them.
But so sometimes they will, though.
I don't know that I would say that. I don't say that would necessarily be the case.
Brady is a sensitive topic for Jennifer. Each time detectives feel Jennifer is deviating, they bring him up to push her in the direction of a confession. And it works well, because she immediately reverts to her crimes when her son is brought up. She clearly does not want Brady to pay for her crimes.
Are they gonna make me reenact everything?
No, I don't. You know, to enter a guilty plea, you have to give some statement of what happened for the court for the judge to be satisfied that it's believable and he accepts it and all those things. You know, because sometimes, crazy as it sounds, sometimes people who didn't do things sometimes do claim to have done something, and so the judge has to make sure that he believes, you know, that. But as far as actually reenacting things, no.
And I think, too, a lot of, what we do, too, is for courts and for our job for that, but a lot of what we do, too, is for people that are left behind. You know, I personally would if I empathize with the family, too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the kind of want to know, too, exactly.
Right.
You know, and
that's the biggest question right now, probably, that the people we talk to have is they want to know how and why. You know, they just want answers. You know, they want something that they can kind of wrap their mind around and, you know, say, well, okay, this is why this all happened.
And we kind of got a little bit of a window into things through our investigation too, you know. But again, we weren't there, so.
There's just so many things going through my head. I don't know. I mean, it's everything we've talked about. It's the pressure of everything, the finances, and the drugs. And you live your day for that next fix.
Jim didn't know anything about this either. You were able to keep it from him, at least.
For the most part, yeah. I would say it was my headache medicine or stomach medicine.
And you know, your family and everybody has said, yeah, Jen's, we don't think she's well physically. You know, that's people have told us that. They've recognized that something's wrong. They don't know what. You know, but
This is the moment, the confession that detectives have been waiting for. Now, Jennifer will slowly begin to reveal how she planned the murder and what went down on the wretched night of August 31st.
Like I said, it was me, but it wasn't me.
I know. Well, Jen, what's more important than you know, it happened, you can't back up and do it. Obviously, you're sorry. Okay, you said yourself if you could change it and give your life, you would. Is that true? You said that? That's what you meant?
Yeah.
Because there again, those are things that I think that's important for people to hear that from you. You know, how you feel that you're not some uncaring. Okay.
It was horrible. It was horrible. What did happen? I thought, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do? And that's why I made it look like someone tried to hurt me and came in.
Okay. I want to make sure on a couple things though that are important. Okay. Brady had nothing to do with any of this.
No.
Swear.
I swear to God. No, I swear to
And
God.
he doesn't know
No.
anything about it. He didn't help you set the scene up or
No.
anything.
Oh,
You
God,
truly,
no.
you truly didn't wake him up until
No.
afterwards.
I swear to God.
Okay.
I swear on my life. I swear.
Well, I know. I believe you if you swear that it's the truth. But
I do.
But I have to ask you that.
Yes.
I have to be clear on that.
I do. Brady
Okay.
had absolutely nothing to do with it. He was so startled
Mhm.
when I went down there. Because I was on the phone with 911 when I went down there to ask him. He was asleep. You know,
Okay.
he was dead asleep, and I called his name twice, and then he finally woke up. You know, with the big eyes, like,
Mhm.
what the hell is going on, Mom?
Right.
You know.
So his reactions, which they seem like they're all very normal and
Yeah.
appropriate for somebody in that situation, that's all legit.
Yep.
Okay.
Brady knew nothing about it. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Did anybody know about it?
No.
Carrie, nobody?
Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody.
Okay. I believe you. How long had you been thinking about it though that night? I mean, like you say, you were up all night.
I went to sleep at one point.
Okay.
Because we went to sleep, and I think by the time I actually fell asleep, though, it was like probably 12:30. And then I woke up at 4:30
Okay.
to my alarm.
Okay.
And I shut that off, and I had fallen back asleep.
Okay.
And then when it was 5:30, that's when I all of a sudden got into a panic and went. Because I had taken some meds.
And you hadn't had much sleep.
So it just makes me sick even thinking about it.
I
And
know.
what I did.
I know. I'm sure it's been just killing you the last few days.
It's been killing me since the day it happened.
I think when we were talking to you too.
Yeah.
No, that it shows. It's clear.
It's a lot to carry around.
I don't know if this rest of my life. I don't know how. But the other thing is, though, is I know that Jim is in heaven. And that Brady will someday go to heaven. And then if I try to take my own life, I won't be with them. Because that just crossed my mind too.
Well, and I would just encourage you, please don't try to push those thoughts out, because you know what? You made a mistake, but you're still Brady's mother, and you're going to be his mother for the rest of his life, and you need to continue to do that, okay?
Jennifer's world has shattered around her. Her present, her future, all set in prison now. But is that why she is remorseful? Or is it truly out of regret for killing James?
We do need to go through the details, or we'd like to, just one time, okay?
Okay.
And you do it, and we're not going to push, and you do it at your own pace, okay? But I know you want to have the truth out there. Exactly the truth. Okay? from start to finish one time.
I don't know where to start. I guess.
Let's start Monday night. Okay.
Monday night. Okay.
Let's start Monday night. You're with Carrie, right? She was not doing well, not feeling well. Is that true?
Yep.
Okay, I thought it
Yes,
was.
that was very true.
Okay.
And there is something I'd like to clear up. Supposedly, she said that I didn't go on an ambulance call. I did go on an ambulance call that night.
On the ambulance call on Saturday,
Yes,
the
on
Saturday
night.
when she was not feeling well as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
I did go on that
Okay.
ambulance call, and she said, "Oh, I told you." And I said, "I told you I went on that ambulance
Okay,
call."
so she's
There's-
mistaken.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So some things are not always exactly clear in her head
Okay.
either. So, but
I will make a note for us to square that away. And you know what? We can go check the records,
sure.
and they'll show that you were there. So
Yeah, exactly. I'll be on the run report. So.
right.
Um,
Okay. So let's start with Monday night when you're with Carrie.
So Monday night, I was with Carrie. We talked about, let's see, what did we talk about? She wasn't feeling good. We talked about all that work, because they had tried to, I guess, get her to work and didn't work. And the bosses were mad because they had made her come in on Sunday, and I guess she had a work note saying she wasn't supposed to be there and stuff.
Okay.
So then we went out to Monpause because of the whole, there had been people with flashlights and stuff in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
So we went out there to check to make sure everything was okay.
So that's all true too. That wasn't made up or anything
Right.
about
Right.
this. Okay.
And Yukon freaking out the other night.
Mm-hmm.
That
That's true too.
That was true too.
Okay.
Yeah, that was true too.
Okay.
And so we checked that out and tried to reiterate to Pa not to, go outside by himself and stuff. And then as I was leaving Carrie's, Jim had called, and I think I had missed his call, so I called him back, and he said he was just getting home from work. So I went back home. Oh, this is horrible.
I know.
It's horrible, though, you guys.
I know.
And yes, I had to, there was a gun Jim had bought for me.
That's true too.
That's very true.
Okay.
Jim bought the gun for me, wanted me to learn how to target practice.
Mm-hmm. Was he, when you got home Monday night, was he already home or did you get home first?
He was home first, and then I got home. He was outside dinking around. So I said, "You want to help?" Or I said, "Do you want me to target shoot? Because you've been wanting me to target shoot. He bought me that gun."
Mm-hmm.
So we target shoot, or we did our target practice or whatever. Went inside, got a little to eat. Brady and I had our
shot
meatball
first.
fart. Yeah, I think we shot first.
Then went inside.
And then went inside to eat.
Okay.
Yep. And then me and Brady had our little meatball fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I came back upstairs and had finished off the rest of the meatballs and the mashed potatoes, and Jim had been making some other leftovers and stuff for him. And then I put the dishes away and I brushed my teeth, and then Jim and I went and sat on the couch and watched TV. And he had set the gun in the corner
Where at? In which room?
in the, but next to the sliding glass door.
Okay.
He set that in the corner, and I knew the ammo was up there too,
Okay.
because we had put that there.
And he had showed you how to load the gun,
Mm-hmm.
how to, and can,
Yeah, because we went deer hunting the year before. I mean, he was trying to teach me how to do all of that with any type of gun that he was
Mhm.
getting me to use. So, and then we watched the news until 10:30 and went to bed. He was after me about sex a lot, and that was something that bothered me.
cause some friction between you two.
Yeah. Want it on a pretty regular basis, and I tried the best I could, but sometimes I just had problems with that, and if you continue to push and push and push, it just ends up not being fun for the other person,
Right.
So,
Just be some tension.
so there was resentment there, because it was a constant thing. A constant, you want to do it, you want to do it, you want it. And there was no romance left when it came to that. It was like, fine, just finish and get it over with so I can go to sleep, I guess. So.
To the outside world, Jennifer and James seemed happily married. But if that were the case, she wouldn't be sitting in an interrogation room. Detectives found a solid clue at the crime scene: Jennifer's personal diary. The diary had her daily logs where she spoke about Greg and how happy she was with him. Text messages exchanged between them were also found. Their chats included intimate messages between the two, and though she had not met Greg, allegedly, according to their chats, she had planned to be intimate with him soon. They had planned to meet just 2 days after James' death. Jennifer was ready to move on almost immediately. Another motive became clearer, and more are yet to be revealed.
So I laid there and laid there. I had taken some pills before I gone to bed.
You remember how many?
Probably like 6 or 8. Which sometimes when I do that I have a hard time sleeping to begin with, because that is how it messes with you sometimes.
It's kind of like make you agitated.
It does. It kind of keeps you up, makes you dream, stuff like that. And so I woke up alarm went off at 4:30, and I had shut it off. And I think I had a couple more pills laying on the nightstand that I had taken. I don't remember if I had water there, if I just took them dry. I don't even know. And I had fallen back to sleep though. And I woke up at 5:30 in a panic. And that's when I went out and I got the code. And I loaded one shell. And I came back into the bedroom. And there was a throw blanket laying on the end of the bed. So I took that and kind of rested the gun on his shoulder. And it just kept saying, then I pulled the trigger.
It's okay.
Oh my god, I'm just so sick of this. This is not me. I am not this person. I put the gun down. I realized it was me. And I handed it in. I went to go find his phone. And I couldn't find it, so I had to run out to the craft room to get mine. Called my husband and I went back in. Check on you. I couldn't feel a pulse.
Where did you check on his neck or his wrist? Or?
I think I checked on his wrist and his neck.
Okay.
I can't remember, to be honest with you, I can't.
But at that point, you knew he was gone.
With everything Jennifer has said, everyone is left in an utter state of confusion, especially since the 911 call sounded so compelling. But after a long wait, detectives have a true picture of what happened that night.
I just have to clarify a couple things, okay?
Yeah.
you said that there was a throw rug, is what you describe it as?
Throw a blanket.
Throw blanket.
Yeah.
And you put that up there
Mhm.
on his shoulder and rested the gun on it.
Mhm.
Was that for any other reason other than to stabilize the gun? Were you trying to make it quieter so that Brady wouldn't wake up or anything like that? I mean, was it like around the barrel at all, or was that your thinking at that time to not wake up Brady, or not?
No, maybe not. I think because I was shaking so bad, it was
Okay.
rattling.
Okay. Just like you were
Yeah.
trembling.
Yeah.
Okay. It was the same gun that he had taught you to shoot?
Yes.
And what kind of gun is that? I mean,
Is it a 12 gauge or a 20 gauge? I
Is it a
can't.
shotgun?
It's a shotgun with a scope.
Okay. And it's the action, do you know what kind of action it is? How you have to load a bullet in it?
Like a semi-automatic. Is that
Okay.
what you mean?
Do you have to pump
You
it?
have to pump it
Okay. Is that
in order to.
okay?
Yeah.
Because there is another gun up there that Brady brought up.
Yes.
And I just want to verify we're on because we'll have to sort that out, and our scientists will have to do that. And you used the ammunition you said was the same ammunition?
Yep.
And it was what kind of, was it birdshot or slug?
It was slung.
Okay. And do you know the difference?
No, to be
Okay.
honest, I don't.
Okay.
No,
But that's what you were shooting outside was slugs.
I believe it was slugs.
Which is
yeah.
what you use for deer hunting, is what you was having you practice with.
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
And I know Mike said that we were going to push you, and is it okay if I ask you? Because I was wondering too, and because we talked that morning and stuff, and then I went in there and you were on the couch sitting there with Brady. Things that kind of, there was stuff laying there in the room, and there was a chair that was moved and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When did all that stuff get put in the room or changed, or? Because our assumption was that it, you kind of set that stuff up.
That was. I can't remember if it was before or after.
Okay.
Do you remember though what was put out there and moved around and stuff?
I know I had pushed the chair. I disheveled the chair.
Yeah.
The like rocking.
Yeah, the
type
rocking
chair.
chair and the stand next to it,
Okay.
and the rope and the knife.
And where did the rope come from?
It was on the counter.
Okay. And the knife is a kitchen knife?
Yeah.
And then the sai, that big weed cutter thing,
Mm-hmm.
how does that come into play in this? Were you thinking that would help your story about an intruder, or
It was out in the garage.
in the attached garage?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you brought that in there and just laid it down?
Yes.
Okay. That would have been before you called 911, though.
Yes.
From the very start, detectives had their suspicions about Jennifer. Nothing told the story of an invasion. The Nibbe household was in the middle of a big farming land. There were no signs of forced entry or forensic evidence like unknown tire tracks or footprints. And all the materials needed to aid in the killing and attack were found inside the home. What robber comes empty-handed, leaves no trace, and attacks people with their own household knives and guns? The evidence was loud and enough for the story, but watch as she explains how Jennifer staged the crime scene, including hurting herself.
When I talked to you before, remember I asked you about impact spatter on your clothing?
Yeah.
The clothing that we collected from you, was it the clothing you were wearing at the time?
Yeah.
It was. But you were very confident that there would be no impact spatter on there. Why is that? Or
Oh, I don't know.
you just were playing that?
No.
Okay. Because that day you said, oh, there won't be any blood spatter on my clothing.
Oh, I didn't. I don't even remember that, to be honest with you. I
Okay.
don't.
Okay. I just was wondering if you had changed clothes or something, or
No.
why you were, because you were very confident in that answer. And I just was curious because, usually when there's something where there's a gunshot, as you know, there's blood splatter and it gets on your clothes, and the scientists can look at that
Yeah.
and see that it's a different type of stain, versus, and just the last couple things, so the cuts on your legs,
Yeah.
you inflicted,
Yes.
the marks on your neck,
Yes.
you
They were
inflicted.
self-inflicted.
Ray didn't help you inflict any of
No.
those things or do any of that?
No.
I know you said he's not involved, but I'm just
No.
making sure. The one mark on your neck looked like a fork mark, like a fork. What did you use to make the marks on your neck, I guess is what I'm
The
asking.
knife.
You used the knife to make marks on your neck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And same thing with your arms?
Yeah.
And the knife that you put out there, or a different knife?
No, the same knife.
That same knife,
Yeah.
okay.
There was no way that Jennifer was getting away with this. From the physical evidence at the crime scene to her diary, her hats, and other things, her story was riddled with loopholes. She escaped the reality of prison for 10 days, but soon she will be behind bars.
Is there anything that you want us to make sure that goes in the report that the prosecutor knows that, I mean, I know you're sorry, right?
Very.
That's
Sorry.
obvious. That's obvious. But have you talked to anybody and told anybody about this yet, Jen?
No.
Besides us?
No.
You're not called your dad or talked to anybody?
No.
Ed Erickson?
Yeah.
You two never actually slept together?
No.
It was all just texting.
It was all texting.
So it was
Yes.
just flirting.
Absolutely.
There was never anything physical.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Nothing physical ever.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
So he knew nothing of any of this.
No, absolutely
I mean,
not.
he didn't-
Oh, no. No.
Didn't say get rid of your husband.
No, no, no. No, no.
Nothing like that. So
No.
he's not involved in this in any way.
No, he's not. No, he's
Okay.
not.
Okay.
No.
Jennifer's greed, addiction, landed her in jail in 2012. During the trial, Jennifer's attorney, Rich Hillesheim, said there was more to the story behind James Nibbe's death and Jennifer's motives. The lawyer claimed that his client was the victim of physical and sexual abuse. He said James's behavior was why a woman with no criminal background whatsoever ended up doing something so shocking. In the end, in June 2012, District Court Judge Bradley Walker sentenced Jennifer Nibbe to 25 years in prison. With good time and credit for the 700 days she has already served in prison, she could be placed on supervised release in 15 years. She is scheduled to be released in 2027.